Hi guys, this is just a really quick video, just to say it's nearly up on me. It seems silly. Look, at the end of the day, lots of people get an Amiga or keep the original Amiga, or buy the pack that they had originally. I'm not the only person to ever do this, so I don't know why I felt the need to video log this, but I have. So let's carry on going. But I hit the plane this weekend on Sunday and basically landed in England on Monday. So 17-hour non-stop flight. That'll be interesting. And so early next week I'll get my Amiga. Obviously that's not the only reason for the trip, as I keep saying, but yeah, it's been a long year. It's been for many reasons, many of which I'm clearly not going to go into on this video, but just from the perspective of rebuying that machine and the weight, it seriously is like being a teenager again. So stuff that's going to happen when I'm over there, I'm getting together with my old schoolmate Lee, so we were heavily into the Amiga together, and we've already teed up a gaming day, also a gaming day with another mate on the same day actually, but just different times, a mate from a different circle of friends who we were into N64 and that kind of era games. So we'll be catching up as well. So that should be exciting. Now, stuff I'm going to take with me. If you remember way back at the start, I was contemplating taking this. This is a nice light backup Amiga. So in case my Batman pack that I pick up doesn't actually work, look, let's face it, that's a reality, a possibility. Do I take my Android tablet? Doesn't have a full-size keyboard, hasn't got a numeric keypad. I'll probably end up taking this, and I was tempted to not take it, but there's a couple of reasons why I am going to take it. I mean, this is the Dell laptop I bought recently, full-size keyboard, including a numeric keypad. I've installed Amiga Forever on there, so that's on there now and running. That's what's running the Juggler demo. This Juggler demo, this is a good time to look at this. This is totally relevant. This is the demo that for me, in the shops, in the computer shops, seeing this run and going, oh my, try and imagine, and this is why I've purposely made myself go back to the Spectrum, and I love the Spectrum, but playing the Spectrum and with the color limitations and the sound limitations and what have you, and then you go into a shop and you see this running, and it's like, what the hell am I even looking at? How is that even possible? It was just amazing, and so yeah, it's good. That's why I've loaded up that demo. So this is loaded up with Amiga Forever as a backup. So if that Batman pack doesn't work, and I'm bloody better work, but anyway, let's go into something else in a moment, but just in case it doesn't, I still want to have a good time with my mate Lee. So this is loaded up with the full Batman packs, and a Zealand Story, Batman, FA-18 Interceptor, Deluxe Paint, Workbench 1.3, Kickstart 1.3, obviously. So I'm running this as how I have my machine eventually, which is only a 500 an Amiga 500 with the 512K expansion is what I eventually ended up with. So that's what I've put on here. Don't forget, when I got my pack, I also got the 10-star games pack thrown in as well. So that's added onto here as well. And I also got Star Wars Trilogy at the same time, so that's also added onto here. So all those games are on here. And then I've got another couple of folders. One is games that I had, so Alien Breed, Captive. I know myself and Lee were big Captive fans, so we're going to be playing that. A few other games, I can't think of them or lift them all now. Stunt Car Racer, that kind of thing. And then there's another folder which is games I wish I'd owned. So like the Shadow of the Beast trilogy, and some other things in there. So yeah, just some random stuff. So that's all loaded up and ready to go. So I'm excited about that. The other reason for choosing to take this, well, two reasons. One is, that's what I bought it for, was to take it on travel. This thing has seriously collected dust because I've been doing most of my stuff on my desktop. And then I sort of slapped myself and I'm thinking, what are you talking about? You're not thinking of taking it because it's too new. That's the whole point of a laptop, is for travel. So that's one reason. The other reason is this actually comes with an okay video editor. I think it's called Director something, I don't know. It's okay, but it's certainly got less issues than I was having with Lightworks when I was having to edit. So this means if I do take any video, I might be able to upload. I might not be able to upload until I actually get back here, which will be in the new year, so, or just before the new year. So we shall see when I actually upload any footage from my UK trip, but I'll try my best to get some stuff up for you guys, and for me, for my own log, basically. So that's why I'm taking this, because this has a video editor package already on it, so I don't have to pay for anything, I don't have to install anything. That's all there ready to go, which is quite a nice surprise. Now what I'm also taking is this, which is because I'm going to need some joysticks for the actual Amiga. This is actually a brand new one from my Atari Flashback 8, which I purposely bought the wired model because joystick number 2 is just a standard Atari / Commodore compatible D9 pin. Joystick number 1 has all the extra menu buttons and stuff. Joystick number 2, which is what this is run-of-the-mill D-pad. Also, one of the guys off the Perth group is selling me it's a SpectraVision joystick, but basically it's exactly the same as a QuickShot 2, which is what I believe I got with my Commodore Amiga. It's telling me that for $10, so I'm going to hopefully pick that up tomorrow, which is just in time to fly out on Sunday. So that's going to be good to actually have the original joystick, and then a second joystick so that me and Lee can do some Alien Breed together, or whatever we feel like doing when we catch up, so that'll be great. So that's all really exciting. A couple of things that have happened this week which were quite interesting and relevant. One, WEC Le Mans, let's talk about that. So I have been trying all week to beat WEC Le Mans, still haven't managed it, so I've stepped away from that for a bit, and I was only going to upload a fresh video of that if I'd managed to beat it. I keep getting so close, and then I get to the point where I'm just playing crap and I don't even get past lap 2. But the funny thing is, I went to see Ford versus Ferrari, so if you're into cars especially and motor racing history, highly recommend Ford versus Ferrari. Obviously it's dramatization of real life events, so there is some Hollywoodization in there, but the whole thing is about the Le Mans 24-hour race, really. And the funny thing is, it's a 2.5-hour movie, and every reference to the race, which was pretty much the entire movie, as I just said, I'm sitting there in the cinema with my mates, and all I can think about is this Spectrum game from the 80s, WEC Le Mans, and how I just need to beat it. And it's insane that a game from that far back still remains that challenging and that much fun and that playable. I've said it before when I've played through it, but yeah, that's that. So I just wanted to throw that in there. And the other funny thing I found this week was another Batman pack came up. Now, a Batman pack came up on eBay and it looked fairly complete. I think mine's slightly more complete in terms of stuff that doesn't matter. So like warranty cards and stuff, I don't think that pack had, whereas mine does. Do they really matter? Not really. So I did put a bid in on that because it was super low. So I did put a bid, and I also let others know about it on the Amiga forum, because I love to see that kind of stuff go to somebody else like me, somebody that can appreciate it because they want to relive their childhood, rather than it going for a bargain price to probably what's going to end up as a reseller, and they're going to relist it on eBay for £400. Now it was super cheap, so that's why I bidded on it at the start, because I thought, well, if I do win it, and if the wife doesn't divorce me because I bought 2 of them, then I can keep one in England and bring one back here, and that would have been awesome. Because then I've got my little time capsule in my old original bedroom, and that would have been great. But I then sort of thought, that really is selfish, plus the wife will kill me. So I didn't bid anymore. And that actually went for a bargain price. That went for £250, I think, or thereabouts. Now, I paid £400 for mine a year ago. Do I regret what I paid? Mine was a buy it now price. I reckon I could have got away with putting an offer in on the one that I bought, but at the time, I didn't want to risk losing it. I didn't want to risk somebody else coming in and getting it, and so I just went for it. So in all honesty, I don't actually have any regrets, because in this entire year, I think I've seen 2 other Batman packs come up. One was definitely nowhere near as complete as the one that I've got. And I don't think the machine itself looked in as good a condition. This one that just went up, that looks great, and it even came with a 512K RAM expansion. Not quite as complete. I think that's a great price. I think realistically, that's probably what they're worth. Anything's worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. And I was willing to pay $399 for mine, £399, recommended retail price back in 1989. And I kind of like the synergy of that. So I really, yes, there's a small pang of regret, but regret really isn't the right word. I'm glad that I didn't miss out on something. For all I know, that other one wouldn't have come up. And if it had, I'd have been bidding against other people. Who knows what the price would have driven itself up if 2 of us really wanted it. So I could have paid more. Can't think about what if, only move forward. So yeah, I really don't have any problems. Another thing I really have to put into this journey is this. When I bought my pack, I really didn't think about other questions to ask. I asked about, did it work? And the seller took extra pictures even after I'd bought it and whatever. And he had the story, which he told me after, that it was owned by some old guy who's now old, who had bought it in his 40s, so that all fits in time-wise, and hadn't really used it that much and put it back in his box. And I think, well, that's what I'd have done with my PlayStation 4. Yes, it's used, but it looks brand new, and I could rebox this, and I've still got the box and everything, because that's what you do when this time of life. So that's a realistic story. A couple of places I've posted my story about buying this boxed Amiga, and then people have put comments in separate threads. So maybe I'm joining the dots where they shouldn't be joined, but they've said things like, "Oh, there's unscrupulous eBay sellers selling machines that, you know, the box on the serial number doesn't match the serial number on the machine." Somebody said that on the Amiga forums, but it was in a separate thread, not in my thread. When I posted my story on the Amiga Facebook group, the Global Amiga Facebook group, another similar thread again came up separately, and it made me think, do they know something I don't? Maybe they looked into the pack that I bought, and maybe they know that it's a pack that's been re-put together. Now, I hope that's not the case, but will that ruin my experience even if it is? No, because if those comments hadn't been made, and they were separate, so maybe I am joining dots where they shouldn't, I wouldn't have even thought about it. I wouldn't have even bothered to check the serial number on the box and the machine. I'd have unboxed it, I'd have relived my childhood, I'd have been happy. That's what I've bought. I've bought a box of memories. So whether serial numbers match for me really doesn't matter. The bigger thing, and I'm accepting the fact that maybe something won't work, the bigger thing for me is, does it work? Do the games load? Maybe one or two discs are corrupt, who knows, over time. And look, if a reseller has gone through and recreated a pack, all with original bits, well, that saved me the hassle of having to do it. I still get to have that reliving experience. You'd want to hope that a seller would be upfront and say, this is what I've done, so it's not an original Batman pack. You'd want to hope that would be the case, but who knows? So I'm not going to think about it too much. It is what it is, and I will check the serial numbers when I get it, but I'm going to have to remind myself also, what am I buying? I'm buying the memories. It's a box, it's got an Amiga in it, it's even got the foam inserts, got all the warranty cards. All it doesn't have is the anti-static bags at the end of the day, and there's another cardboard insert that is missing, but does it work? Can I have fun with it? Can me and Lee, even Lee on Facebook the other day said, mate, can't wait to feel 16 again. That's what it's about. That is what it's about. So I really can't wait. So it's not an investment. It's not going to come on the market, my Amiga, my Batman pack, whether it's 100% legit or it's a reconstructed one. It's not going to come on the market until I'm dead. So yeah, it really doesn't matter. And what I look forward to next is, you know, bringing it back here and working out where the hell I'm going to put it and where the collection goes from here. So we'll talk about that more. Okay, so from here, well, if I don't put another video up, I hope you guys have a great Christmas and a good New Year. I hope you get to beat Wet Clement. Yeah, I look forward to doing more videos in the year. This won't be the end of the journey because it's just re-invoked sort of so many memories of different things that I was involved in through time, really inspired by all you guys. You know the channels that I watch, you know, LGR and Retro Man Cave, we all watch. Dan Wood, awesome stuff. Dave plays retro games badly. Steve Benway, Ravi Abbott, the Retro Hour podcast, all of those kind of things. They're all just inspirational, and I hope I've started to just enter into a wider community. And like I said right at the beginning, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I just want to bring my own personal stories to the table. That's all I've ever wanted to do. And that's what hopefully I'll continue to do into the future. So yeah, can't wait. Look, I've got an Amiga sitting right here. Even got the pings going. So look, we're there. That's the backup just in case, and but hopefully it will be the real kit. I did mention about the quick shot. Yes, I did. There's another little retro shop just at the bottom of the hill near where I live that I discovered through the Perth Amiga group. So that's good. He's looking out to see if he's got some Master System controllers, so I might pick them up. Not sure yet. If this other quick shot, then I probably don't need them now, so I might ping him a message and just say thanks, but no thanks. But yeah, definitely worth looking up. What was the name of the shop? 8-Bit Anarchy in Midland, if you happen to be in WA. That's worth looking at. And the other big one is not the Nostalgia Box. That's a good place to go as well. That's like a sort of retro museum in Perth. Beyond Retro. So that's another good retro shop in the Perth area as well. So if you happen to be in WA, those places are worth looking up. Right, thank you guys. I'm going to get on a plane on Sunday. I'll take some footage and edit some kind of story together for you guys. But like I say, also for myself. Happy Christmas. Catch you later.